Hello, welcome everybody. We are going to make a cute little thing tonight. Let's get over to comments. Awesome. So just wait for eyeballs to pop up. And then I know y'all are here. New comments. I saw Cindy and Lisa earlier. Welcome. Gloria, Penny. Awesome. Yay. Okay. Sweet. So I do have a couple things I want to talk about. I mean, I know if you're a demonstrator, you've already heard it, but if not, let's give it a minute. How about that? So, hey, Peggy. Awesome. Looks like most everybody, yep, everybody on YouTube, which I really think is better. Um, Facebook keeps going like, oh, wait a minute. I hit the wrong button on a comment from Gloria. Sorry, let me do show. Oh, no. Hi. Ah, there's a new thing where it can add the comments to the stage, and I clicked something wrong. Okay. Hi, Anna. Nancy, hey, how are you? Sweet. Okay, so I'm just not gonna worry about that. Gloria, I'm sorry, I can't even uh see which comment it was, or now it looks like it was Nancy. I better not hit this thing anymore. Okay. The quality of the picture is much better on YouTube. That's good to know, Lisa, and I am not surprised because I still can't you can't do anything high def on Facebook. So if I try to click that, oh, this is going to be annoying. The comments keep wanting to I have to keep scrolling. That should roll like itself up there. Ugh. Um, but yeah, I can't change it to high def on Facebook. So if I try it through StreamYard, I can't pick like high def on YouTube, regular on Facebook. It's got to be both. Hey, Sandy. And it always gives me an error and it cuts off on Facebook. So I can't make that go high def. So, Sandy, you're in a hotel. Oh, well, hopefully you're like on vacation or having something, doing something fun. Hey, Marlene, awesome. So did you get yours today too? Because Cheryl got hers today. So I imagine like that everybody that I mailed might get it today or tomorrow. So Gail, you won't be really talking, but you're watching. Okay, awesome. High def, and we couldn't hear. Penny, you're like you have all the good dad jokes. That's funny. All right, so let's get started, okay? Because I got a couple things to talk about. The first one is there are September card kits. So, every month we get at least two, sometimes three new kits, and not Paper Pumpkin. These are the other ones, like the kit collection. So, yesterday we got an email, and it's going to be Christmas cards in September. I love them. So it looks like there's no stamping involved. It's just assembly. Hey, Sharon, but they are super cute. There's like plaid, pickup trucks. There's a dog on some of them. You don't have to use a dog if you don't want to, but it makes 8 cards. It doesn't say how much it is, but since it's not one of the stamping ones, I bet it's only going to be like $14, 14, 15, something like that. So, and it makes 8 cards. I'm going to get like probably 3 of those because that'll be a good start for me because I usually end up making like 110 or something. So those quick and easy ones that you can just assemble, I love it. So that's coming up, and we'll see the full kit. I think September 3rd. I don't know. Paper Pumpkin. So the one for September, you have to sign up by September 10th. It's called Fall for Twall, and it coordinates with the Twall papers in that whole suite from the mini catalog. So I like it. Looks like there's like die cuts, like foxes, and the papers kind of match. So looking forward to that. Yeah, paper share. So I already mailed out the first batch. And then last week I put the order in for the second batch. Peggy, you finished your Christmas cards so long ago, you can't even remember what you made. I think I might have 5 cards made. Like that's it. I'm usually much more ahead of the game by now, but to have them done, but good for you. That's awesome. Um, so yeah, paper share. I put the order in for the second batch last week, and they should be here on Monday. And then it's going to take me like, I don't really have a whole bunch of time during the week to cut stuff and package that. So I'll probably do that next weekend. And then with the holiday Monday, they should be ready for shipping and pickup on Tuesday, September 1st. So just so you know, because I know there was a couple that got in on the second one, and I've got 2 spots left. So I went ahead and ordered the stuff anyway. So just email me if you want to get in on the paper share. It's a 13 packs. You get some free ribbon, some free cards, like the plaid cards are called Christmas traditions or something. Like they're really cute. Very plaid, and then the coordinating envelope. So you're gonna get some of that. Okay, big Stampin' Up news. So let's get to it. So if you are already hey Cheryl, awesome. I was just telling them about the paper share that they are arriving. I got glue on my fingers. So big announcement, red rubber is going away. So we heard this like yesterday, I think, or Tuesday. I can't remember now. It's becoming, they can't source it. It's becoming too hard to source. Quality's not there, for what they need. So starting with the November online exclusives, all stamp sets are going to be photopolymer, even the background stamps. So like even the big ones. So, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I like red rubber still. I like photopolymer so you can see it, but especially with like the backgrounds, the bigger ones, I kind of like rubber. And I'm wondering how this is going to affect other companies. Like, Unity had a scare last year where they couldn't get the rubber that they needed, so they had to come up with a photopolymer solution. And so they do some in photopolymer, some in rubber, and like you can pick your option, but they're not going to be doing that for every stamp and forever. So I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see who else does red rubber anymore. I know there's some. There was one that was like I want to say artistic outpost, and then it transitioned into something else that had like a lot of religious stuff, and they have rubber. I can't remember. But anyway, Stampin' Up is getting out of the red rubber business. So as they put stuff on the last chance list, like any rubber stamp that's in the September through December catalog, oh, which by the way, they should be hitting your mailboxes. Jamie told me she got hers Tuesday. So any red rubber stamps that are in the September through December catalog are going to be put on the last chance list in December. So you know how like they update that in December for anything retiring. So we're only going to have photopolymer. Wah, wah. Stampendous. Okay, maybe that's who I was thinking of. Yeah, Lisa, you prefer photopolymer? I do for some things, especially like words. But some I still do like the rubber. It feels different, and as long as I don't need to get it like perfectly lined up, I don't mind it being rubber. But I definitely do like the unmounted, like not wood blocks anymore. So okay, red rubber going away. November exclusives will be all photopolymer. Cling stamps going away. Stampin' Write markers. So these two are going away. Personally, I don't use them a whole bunch, but I like having them. I like them better than the Stampin' Blends. They're so much cheaper. Stampin' Blends are so expensive, and I know all the alcohol markers, even other brands are expensive. Um, but it's just, I think it's too much. But I'm gonna use mine, the ones that I have, till they run out of ink, and they seem to stay good for a long time. So, and the reason they did that was just sales. Sales was down. Um, it's just not viable for them to keep offering them anymore. So as of yesterday, all of the Stampin' Write markers are on the last chance list. And the only batch that I saw that was on sale, discounted at all, was the in colors, because that's part of the in color sale that's still going on this month. So everything else, it's still full price, but it is while supplies last. They are not coming back ever. Um, and once that goes away, we'll do other things with coloring, because we can always take an ink pad and a blender pen, and you can get like the same effect as a marker. So I'll have to put that on the list that we'll do that one night. So markers going away. And then the other big thing was new packaging. So since Toni has new glasses, oh yeah, these are my regular glasses. I have 2 pairs in here. You're funny you noticed that. Um, yeah, I actually have two more pairs in the office, but anywho. So yeah, you get these ones tonight. So new packaging. So since they are getting rid of rubber, we're no longer going to have the cases. So if you're like me and you have all your cases stacked up to where you can like, read them and see them, it's all going to like a plastic sleeve kind of thing, sort of like the dies come in now. And then the dies, the packaging on the dies, we're going to have, they're printing the images on there. So I'll say this for now. I'm probably still going to use my magnet sheets. And like I have these in a big box and I just flip through them to see what I need. I don't necessarily worry about keeping the stamps with the dies, but I know a lot of people do that. So the new system with the sleeves may work better for you, but I would bet you that it's not going to be the same size. So like, let's take this case. So, our regular cases, this is from the holiday catalog, by the way. I got it for seasonal tags. Anyway, I bet the sleeves are going to be taller than this. So we're not just going to be able to, interchange them. So we'll see. We'll see about, it's supposed to be, less storage space, but then you can't see them. You're not going to have anything along the side to see. So you're going to have to put them and, flip through them and see what you have. So that's what they're doing. So we'll see how it goes, right? Tonight, let's flip down and get going because this is a really cute album. Oh, one more thing. So I'm using the Spooky Sweets paper. Okay. Um, Spooky Sweet paper. This is, so I got this like a month or two ago. I can't remember. Um, when the new catalog comes out, September 3rd, 4th, whatever, in the online exclusive, so not the regular catalog, they have this paper pack with a sticker sheet. So you can't get the sticker sheet separate. And I got this before I even knew about it, so I don't have it. I'm going to be using the die cuts that come in this. So I love these. But you are going to have that option when the September online exclusives roll out. So just keep that in mind. That's kind of why I wanted to do this like later in the month so it'll still be fresh. But check out that sticker sheet, and there's a stamp set, some two-tone, like a mixture two-tone cardstock pack that people might, that might catch your fancy. So what we're making tonight, this is a scrapbook box. This was my prototype. The idea originally came from Jeannie over at Polly's Paper Studio channel. I love her stuff. She makes all kinds of cute things like this. For the one we're making tonight, A, it's going to be in Halloween, yes. B, I have made some changes. So on this one, I had a photo booklet and a little cut apart tag situation for every pocket. So these are all of our accordion pockets. We're still going to have 6 accordion pockets, but I'm going to have a photo booklet, actually 2 photo booklets, different sizes, and this size thingy ding for each pocket. So let's get to it. Now, I am going to, can I keep this in view? Not really. Let's see. Can you still see that? Barely. I'm just gonna put it over here out of the way. I am gonna have all my measurements, especially since I have changed these up some. Oops, I'm gonna move this a smidge. There we go. Blog will be updated this weekend with all the things. But for now, we're gonna go through every piece as we do it. So we're going to start with the accordion pieces. So you're going to need 6 pieces of, and I've got basic black. So the whole base of my book, all the cardstock is going to be basic black. And then I'm adding my photo booklets and the tags, then I'm bringing in some more color. So all the base pieces are going to be black. So we need 6 pieces that are 3 by 11, and you score it at 3 and at 8. All right, and I've already scored it. So what we're going to do is fold these. And when you're cutting this, let me get a whole piece of cardstock to show you. So you'll have your 8.5 by 11. You cut 3 and then you'll cut 3. Save all your side bits because you can use them later instead of having to cut a whole new sheet, because you'll have like 2.5 inches left and that may come in handy later. All right, so fold these and see how it overlaps like about an inch. Let's see here. There you go. We can see it like that. All we're going to do is add glue, add it down this side and then to the right. All right. And I hope that you guys are going to be able to see this on my black mat, because I didn't really want put a piece of paper down here. All right. So folding and burnishing. And this glue dries really quick. So by the time I get through all this stack, they'll be ready to go. So again, 3 by 11, score at 3 and at 8. Now, if you don't want to use glue, use tape. Whatever you want. If you have tear and tape, sticky tape, red line tape, what's the other one? Squang, like I can't remember the brand of it. I know I still have some. And I'm looking right at it. Yeah, it says Soup Wang. I can't remember what that. Score tape. That's what it is. So that will work as well. Oh, yeah, Gloria. Yep, it's a scrapbook box, accordion style. So these are the accordions in here, accordion pockets. And then we're going to make little stuff to go inside them. Sorry, I'm glad I looked up and saw that. But yeah, you guys take care of each other answering questions, because if I don't see it, that's that. Which, another thing about why Facebook sucks as far as the videos, after this plays, like, so they're no longer saving any of our videos, our live videos, longer than 30 days. I have a hard time finding the actual video. So if I miss a question or don't answer it, please email me, and so I can get you the answer, because if I don't see it during the live, especially on Facebook, like, I'm not likely to see it. Okay, so those are our accordion pieces. And I'm going to put those off to the side. And I don't need these notes anymore. Then we're going to go to the back of the box, which is this piece right here. And this is 5 by 10. And we're scoring it at 5. I'm just going to fold that. And actually, I'm going to cover the designer series papers as we go along too. So this piece, we're going to have the fold at the top, and it's going to come down and, like, I don't know, it's going to attach the sides to this. It's going to get sandwiched in. So we can add the designer paper. Can I add that right now? Yes. So you want 2 pieces. This is 5 by 5, and I'm going with just an 1/8 of an inch border. So 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. You're going to want 2 pieces. And I wanted, like, the scene, this pattern. The pattern, you have to pay attention. So this is going to be the top of our album. And you're not going to see much of this because it's going to be covered up. So, like, I want this kitty cat to see it. So I'm going to have that on the back. So we're going to put this right here. I love this petunia pop in here. And as I go, like, I did make my album a little bit different. I did change some things up from Jeannie's original, and that's okay. All right, let's smooth all this out. So this will be like the inside. This will be the back. And I just want to make sure everything this is hard for me to see too, black on black. Teeny tiny little border, but kitty cat, meow. Not that anybody's really going to see the back very much, but I don't want to cover it up. All right, let's see. That looks good. I think you could definitely use 6 by 6 paper packs with this, because this is the largest piece that we're going to need. So keep that in mind, like for other packs that you have. All right, so that's the back of the box. Now we're gonna do the front of the box is gonna be a similar thing. So this is 5 across by 6 tall, and we score it at 3. And again, that's gonna get, this is our top, and it's going to tuck in and catch all the edges of things to like build our box. So this piece right here, we're going to have one piece of designer series paper that is 2 7/8 inch tall by 4 7/8 inch wide, because there's no point in doing the back because you don't see it. You only see the front piece. Okay. So I'm going to go with these pieces, and this was like a bunch of tags. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I like just the gray background. All right. Yeah, sometimes I have a hard time with an 1/8 inch border because it's just so skinny. All right, that's our back of the box, front of the box. All right, and then we're going to build the side pieces that are going to come in. So we will have 2 pieces of black. These are 3 by 5, so 3 inches tall by 5 inches wide. And I scored at 1 1/4 and 3 3/4. So that means each side, each end piece is 1 1/4. So let's score. Tell you, once I get these measurements up for you and you can just like cut everything and score everything, assembling it's different. It's a different kind of box, but once you get it, it'll make sense. All right, then our side pieces, designer series paper, these are going to be 2 7/8 inch tall. So again, if your paper has a direction, keep that in mind. 2 7/8 by 2 3/8 wide. And yeah, the only Halloween stuff is on the is from the online exclusives. I was undecided about adding the stamp set that goes with this is more, I think it's more designed for actual scrapbooking. So like if you're making bigger pages and you want titles and things like that. But we're gonna make do with all the bits that come in this paper pack, because I like that they're giving us more die cuts. All right, so here's our side pieces. So they're gonna come in like this. Then we've got the base. So the cover, the front cover and the back cover and the sides, they all wrap around. There's a base piece. So this is 5 inches by 10 1/2. So the back piece was 5 by 10. This is 5 by 10 1/2. We're going to score it at 3 and then at 5 1/2. All right, so that makes this panel is 5 by 5, which is the same. And then this one is 3. All right. So here's how the base sits up like this. This is the bottom of the box. This is the front, and this is the back. And let me turn my page of instructions. All right, so now we're going to take our side pieces and we're gluing our side pieces on, and I like to glue it on the outside. This is where it may differ from Jeannie's original, but so this is what I've done. So I'm going to take glue and put it on the back side of this flap, and I'm going to set it on the table and slide it in so it gets right in that, tucks right in there. All right, so it'll be right along that edge there. So glue. And tucking it right in so it lines right up there. All right. And this is a part, it took me, I had to watch it twice to really get what she was doing. So see on the back, we're going to cover that up. So I think she attached hers to the inside, and for some reason I didn't care for that. So same thing on this side. Now we'll put glue here, and this is like the inside of the flap. So our designer paper's on the outside. So inside of the flap, put it on the table, slide it in so it is flush with the bottom of our box and the side. All right, and let's just get that glue up. So now you see how it's starting to come together. Now our front flap, we're going to do the same thing. So now I just have to glue those side bits, and that's going to form our box. All right, let me flip this up. And again, everything is flush with my table. So see here at the bottom, nothing is poking over. All right, and then we'll do this one. And then again, tuck it in, flush with the bottom. I love it. And there's our box. And it's going to get more sturdy as we cover things up. So we can take this, our front piece, and see how this is just going to slide right in. Perfect. I love it. So what I did was I put glue along the back first. All right, and be generous. So I swear the more glue you use, the sturdier it gets. So I'm just going to slide this down until it hits the bottom of our box. And then I can flip it over and run my fingers in to press it down and like burnish everything. Actually, let me get my this thing, and then I can burnish in there. And then I just have to add glue to the front flap, and it's already in place. And then flip it again, get that burnish going. I love it. Now look, the bottom, these are not, it's not a closed box. So these, you know, it's a little open right here at the edges. Don't worry about it, because our accordion folders are going to keep everything in place anyway. Okay, now same thing. We're going to slide the back down until that's flush. That's going to be perfect. And this time I'm going to do the front first. Just because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to flip it, you know, up to get glue in there. All right, all the glue. That is so cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, smearing all this glue around, burnishing. Perfect. Now we can flip this up, add glue. Down, flip, burnish. You guys, these are so cute. So when we get to making our photo booklets and stuff, I may find that what I cut might be too thick, but we'll see. All right, so I can already feel that this is sturdier as we've added all these layers. I love it. Love it, love it. All right, now our accordions. So now we can put our accordions in, and what we're going to do is you want the good side facing you. All right, so good side, and the seam is like the bad side. So I don't know if we can see that. There you go. All you want to do is put glue like in the middle-ish of this. Just one line of glue, and I am just eyeballing it. And tap them together, smash. Same thing with this. If you want to get a ruler, get a ruler. I think Jeannie had used a Post-it note to measure, but I'm okay with this. And you just need a line here. So if you're doing tape, you just need one line of tape, right? Because we want this to move. right? We want an accordion, we want it to open up. If you had glued this whole thing, you won't get any of this movement. All right, so like it's breathing. So cute. Now, if you want to change your colors and have, different colors, go for it. Okay, now we're going to glue these into this. So I started with the front, and again, just put glue right down the middle-ish. And it's going to fit right in here, you guys, right in. So smash it right to the front. Hold that in place until you feel like the glue is going to hold. Now, this is the only tricky part. I'm going to have to try to get a piece of a line of glue right down the middle. All right, good enough. So we're going to push this, get our fingers in here, and just push this to the back. And then I can flip it down on its side and get my burnishing tool in there just to get that glue down. And there you have it. So we've got our accordion pockets, and then I'm gonna make some stuff to put in here and then decorate the front a little bit. But the base, I mean, that took what, 20 minutes or something? Once you have everything cut, we'll say that. So cute. Okay, now inserts. So, like I said, she had, like these photo booklets and then a like single photo mat. So I'm making all photo booklets, but different sizes. So I took 2 pieces each of Petunia Pop, Pumpkin Pie, and Granny Apple Green. And I cut these. So these we're calling them booklets, right? And they're the larger ones. So I cut 4.5 by 9 out of one sheet, 4.5 by 9. Whatever you cut off, save, because we're going to make smaller booklets from that cutoff. And then we're also going to make the 3x4 like tags. So out of one sheet of paper. So I used, cut everything out of this one, cut everything out of this one. So all of these 4.5 by 9 score at 4.5. So this is going to be a 4.5 by 4.5 booklet, and it's going to fit right in our pockets. All right. So 4.5 by 4.5. There's 6 of these. So our designer paper, I only intended to put designer paper like on the front because really I want more room for photos and or journaling. Now I'm probably not going to mount, like add extra white to my photos because that'll just make this get thicker and thicker and thicker, and it may not fit. So I'm just going to put stuff on the front. So we've got 6 pieces here, 6 booklets. We need 6 pieces of designer series paper that are 4 3/8 by 4 3/8, because this is 4.5 by 4.5. So actually, now that I think of it, when I said earlier that you could do a 6x6 pack, when you get to this part, if you have 6x6, that's going to be a lot of waste because you're going to be able to only get one piece out of each 6x6 piece. So I think I'm going to take that back and say this is probably better for 12 by 12 because then you can cut, 4 3/8, whatever. You get more out of your paper. All right, so I cut random patterns. Let's see, I want to use both. So actually, let's just sort these out and see which ones. We'll do that with purple. Ooh, okay. And they don't all have to be, I can do that, and I guess I can do that. It doesn't really matter what's on the back of this one. I could have them the same, but I kind of wanted all different ones. This is going to be fine because I'm also going to be adding stuff to each one from our ephemera bits. So just going to glue these on real quick. Now, when you do your photo mat, your booklets, I like the fold on the side so that I could sit it up like that if I want. If you like a top fold, have a top fold. It's up to you. But really, people are going to be pulling these out and looking at them. So I guess it could go either way. All right, let's put this up there. These are so cute. I didn't get the stamps that went with this. This does have a bundle. It's cute, but I have other Halloween stuff. And I really thought the die cuts work for this. Like, that's all you really need. The die cuts and a greeting. And you can put anything you want on here, but I am going to be putting Happy Halloween with some new seasonal word dies that I got as part of my pre-order, and we'll get to that. So again, 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. If you wanted a bigger border, change it up. And again, pay attention to the direction, like your pattern when you're cutting, just so you don't wreck it and then have to cut it again. I ended up using about half of the pack of designer paper for this one, like after I cut all these pieces. So just keep that in mind if you have. And the cardstock, I ended up using like 6 pieces of black and then 2 each of petunia, granny, and pumpkin, and then some scraps. So you'll need basically a half a pack of cardstock as well to make one of these. So if you have, you can make 2 with 1 pack of the designer paper. Okay, so that's that. I'm just going to leave these here for a minute. So these are our 4 3/8 inch booklets. Then, since I went to that scrap, when I cut the 4.5 off of the 8.5 by 11, it left me a 4-inch strip. So I was like, oh yeah, would be cute with to decorate treat bags. Yeah, like how we would put those on as treat toppers. Yep. So I cut this 4 by 8 just because I had this 4-inch strip. And then what was at the bottom was the 3 by 4 piece. So that's how I got like every bit of an 8.5 by 11 piece used. So these are 4 by 8, score at 4. And same thing, only smaller. So the designer paper for these is going to be 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And I'm not going to sit here and like doll up every single one, but I do want to make sure that, see how they're going to fit in my accordion pockets. All right, so here I've got these cut. And let's just do it again. Space these out so we can mix and match our designer papers. And again, I'm going to put my fold on the left, but you don't have to. All right. Ooh, that's cute. That could probably go anywhere. Orange. I think I'm going to do this orange on orange. And so these were from some of the scenes. Let's do that. That. Or no, wait. Let's do this one this way. Okay. Gonna like this better. All right. That's that. And then if you can guess, like the last thing is going to be the little 3 by 4 cards that are left. So some paper packs will come with, they call them cut aparts, and they'll be either like 4 by 6 or 4 by 4 or 3 by 4. So these cards, because I used again the leftovers, these are 3 by 4 directly. So if you want to, if you have a pack of paper that you're using that has those cut aparts, you just have to trim them down a smidge. Oh yeah, Karen, it would definitely be cute for Christmas. For sure. Yep. I mean, anything, even a birthday party. It's just adorable. So with 6 pockets, and let's say we can get at least 3, but technically you could, you could put a picture here, 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 here. But we'll just say 3. So 3 times 6, 18. Then again, 3 times 6, 18. So 36 pictures so far that you could have. And whatever, maybe have some minis or cut pictures down for these. And then you could also just tuck pictures in. Like mat them on a piece of cardstock and just tuck them into these pockets along with all these photo booklets. It's crazy when you really realize like how many pictures you can get in these little things, whether it's a mini album or a box like this. Totally cute. And a lot of pictures. All right, I could have trimmed that one down a little bit more. Ugh. But adorable. All right. So I think I want to work on the front of the book. Actually, so we've got those. Because really, these 3x4s, like same thing. We're gonna, cut down more. These are 3x4. So the designer paper would be 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. Cheryl, you made one. I want you to post a picture of it because I would love to see that. What theme did you use? Because yeah, these can go for any theme. It would be cute for an Easter hunt. Yep. And they can pick a box. Exactly. All right. Now I only cut 5 of these and then I was running out of paper. So I went to use scraps for this one. So this I'm hoping will fit on here. Oh yeah, it looks like it will. So I'm going to put this one, this scrap, right at the edge, the side. Penny, you'd have to send your phone along with the time limit. Get to take their own pictures. All right, and then this little scrap, because again, I was running out of like good size pieces of the designer paper. I didn't want to go over using more than half of the pack. All right, so that's cute. And then the others, like same thing. We'll just add different. We'll do that. Where did I put that candy on this last time? Green. All right, so next time, then we'll put this on the orange to really just mix it up some. And this can go sideways too. And it really doesn't matter. All right, do I want, yeah. Like, I do want them to be different. I don't want everything to be the same. Oh yeah, the French fry bag. Those were a good sized treat holder. Oh, Cheryl, you cased it with the storybook paper. That's perfect though. Yeah, I'm still not sure who I'm going to give this one to. So, one of the girls on one of my Monday night pool teams, her brother and his wife just had a baby. So she's like a new aunt. So I made that name frame for her with his, whatever his name is. But I'm thinking I might give this to them as well because that used the same papers. I just don't know. Do people really print pictures out anymore? Like, I know I would use this. Like, new parents? I don't know what the deal is, if that's still a thing. Man, these are really teeny tiny borders. I would hope people are still printing out pictures, but it might not be. Because now you can have those like digital albums where it just rotates through whatever pictures you load into it. I just like all the paper, I guess. And the decorations and, like all the things. Okay, very teeny tiny border. But okay, so this is our pile. So I really want to arrange these. Every pocket here is going to get a big one and a little one. So let's just load these up, and I'm going to go like orange, green, purple, orange, green, purple. Cute. Then we'll add these, and let's do purple. I can tell it's already getting a little tight. Purple. No, wait, let's do green, purple. So I can kind of keep the same thing. Orange. So each pocket's going to get a purple thing, an orange thing, and then a green thing. All right, so orange, this is going to get green. So far, these are fitting in. It doesn't need a whole bunch of room. This will be in the front, but it's not super tight. I love it. Look at all that stuff. And then let's add just whatever's left here. So we got a green, and I'm trying not to duplicate the patterns. All right, purple. Let's go here. Then green for that one. And orange for that one. And these can go sideways too, but I'm going to have them all facing up. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Penny, you learned to scroll them on the TV for parties? Oh, nice. On your picture. I know that's, I mean, you know, at funerals, it seems like we all have, like we do the Google photo drive now and then just set it up on a laptop. But so cute and kind of heavy. So let's do something on the front, right? So I went and cut similar dies just because I know that the size works. So this time I cut this out of black, Spotlight on Nature dies, and then I cut 3 different same size circles and I embossed them with the dotted circles. I think I'm gonna want green. I'm not sure. And then the only ribbon I have is the Petunia Pop. So I do want to put the ribbon down on the back of this. So let's get some tear and tape, because I like the, you know, to make like a little swoopy loopy. All right, let's peel this up. And I do want to decorate at least like one set of these cards with the die cuts, so you see what I'm really going for. All right, so let's go. And actually, yeah, I want it to go across. So normally I would do a ribbon like this way, but you can't really have anything hanging down here because it won't sit right. So I've got to do the swoop and loop like across. So let's just do this and eyeballing. I still have some black glittery ribbon that would work here as well. All right, so that's gonna go like that. Let me put this away. So I don't really feel like I have to have, that's too much, I think. Purple on purple. I do like orange, but I think I like the green better. Yeah. So we're gonna glue this down. And then I do want to bring in some of the die cuts. I was thinking, just get this out of the way. So you have your die cuts, you get 2 sheets of the same thing. So I'm just gonna put one of these away. But I love all these things. Potion bottles, bats, whatever this is, a lamp, candy corn. Cute, cute, cute. Little hippo with treats. So this tree is what I was trying to see if this would fit. So I'm gonna have that like that. And this tree might be too big, but we're gonna poke it out and see what's what. Oh, really cute. I was thinking I had a die cut from Penny actually, that had like a house, like a Halloween house, but it was not. It had like a bat, some other stuff, Halloweeny stuff. All right, I kind of like this. I still want this to be in the middle, and I didn't pop it up. I just did that straight. Cute. All right, I did cut letters, so this is where I said I've got new dies. All right, let me just play with this for a minute. I feel like the hippo is a little bit on the large size, but that might work. That might be better, actually, because then I can put this on one of these large cards. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to save the tree. And, all right, let's glue this down. Now the top of this is I might have to roll this tape up because the top hangs over a little bit. All right, let me just get this rolled up. Okay, and it's all over my fingers. All right, glue, 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 glue. And if you want to pop yours up, pop it up. I'm going to hold this flush to my table and eyeball. So see, just that tiny little bit is going to hang up. I love this. Oh, so cute. All right, let me get my hand in here so I can pinch all this. Totes adorbs. All right, do I want a little, what is this, bird or a toucan or something? Like I can have him there. Cute. These could get popped up. All right, and then a bat. So I'm going to leave that for now. The words. All right, so in the new catalog, in the mini catalog, this is called Words for the Season Dies. And I love it because there's happy and merry and wishes. I wish they had birthday in here because that would be, use it all year. But instead, so they've got wishes, merry, happy, autumn, Halloween, Christmas, greetings, holidays, and New Year. The thing I did not notice when I was looking at this in the catalog and decided I had to have it, let me bring this up closer. Every capital letter of the word is not connected. You don't realize that when you're looking at it in the catalog. So I am happy to share that with you, that this is not a continuous one word. Every alpha, like capital. So even with New Year, the N and the Y are separate. So I cut 3 of Happy and 3 of Halloween and glued them together because, I think Gail told us that trick that stack them up and, it makes it a little bit thicker and sturdier, but these are separate. So the H and the Halloween are separate. So I'll have to figure out like, where am I going to put this on here? So actually I might not pop these guys up because I'm not going to be able to pop up the letters. Actually, let's scoot this over. And I can do that. And then the happy can go here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add glue all over this, and it's going to sit like on top of the ribbon a little bit, but that's fine. All right, let me just press this down a little bit. And I also wanted to run so my Wink of Stella is getting down pretty low. So I've got this close to my heart, which is a big one. Same thing. So I got a 3-pack of these markers from scrapbook.com, and they are bigger and have a lot of juice, like the close to my heart ones. So when your when your Wink of Stella runs out, and it's very shimmery, if you want a better value, I think it was like $10 for 3 really big markers. So this lasts forever. All right, and I will come in with an alcohol wipe and clean my mat off. All right. The more shimmer, the better with this. I shouldn't be touching it with my fingers so much because then it wants to come off. You know, these have to dry a little bit. All right, that's that. Let's glue the Halloween on first. Oh, cute. Kind of don't want to cover up her candy bowl, but all right, whatever your glue you're using, just hit the spots that you need. I think that's straightish. And then we'll add this H. And I did cut these using my, that chrome plate that I have. All right, I'm just gonna put this right there. Press everything down. And then we'll add the appy. I probably could have gone 4 of these layers too, but 3 seems to be fine. Let me just hold that for a minute. So Peggy, you add water to get the extras of your Winkostella? I've heard water, I've heard alcohol maybe, was it? And I've always just thrown them away. Like once it gets down there, like it's dead to me. Ooh, I like that. That is so cute. All right, so this guy is too big. So I'll just put him off to the side. There are different stars in the current catalog. These are from 2 years ago, but they're similar colors. So black, pumpkin pie, and I think this was Highland Heather, but it's gonna be fine. So let me just put a couple of these. Let's do, whoa, that glue shot right out. 1, 2, let's do 3 there. I always save these kind of doodads because seems like they come back in style. Or we need them for something. All right, and let's do 1, 2. We'll do a little one and a big one. Yeah, I think the ones in the current catalog are like puffy and glittery, but these will have to do because I'm going to use them up. Okay, so let's just pull out this first pack. This is adorable, I think. Totally cute. And I can see my kitty cat on the back. Love it. But this is what I want you to consider. Actually, let me grab these ones for your, using your die cuts and stuff. Yeah. This is like too much white on white. Ugh. Bad one to pick. Let's grab this batch right here. All right, so I want this tree right here. Now this one, I'm gonna glue the whole tree down. But for a lot of these, I'm just gonna glue like the corner or something because I want you to be able to tuck pictures underneath here. And actually I can leave like part of that open. So let's put this right down on the ground. And then we can have like a set of pumpkins. Let's do this. Like make a little scene. Cute. And then we can write something there. Have a little journaling tag or something. But then, oh, look at that. Something, I got glue right in there. So picture, picture. You could do picture on the back or greeting. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Lisa. And then I want to add just a couple little somethings to this. So here we've got like a little banner. And I do like the cauldron too. Let's do cauldron and some bubbly stuff. some poison, and that's that. Let's just do this. Okay, so here, I want to leave most of this open. So I'm just going to put glue here and here. All right, and tuck it up here. And that's so you can take a picture. Let's just take a scrap and still tuck it up here. All right, so just consider that when you're gluing your stuff on. All right, and then let's put this cauldron. Let's put this down here. And is this gonna fit? Oh, it is. All right, cool. So let's glue this stuff right on here. And then I'm just gonna glue right in this corner. All right, and not even all the way up here, just this corner. And again, then we can put stuff, tuck it in there. So that's the plan, to decorate, like put something on every little thing if you want to. You don't have to. Or you may have stamps you want to use. Oh, this is so cute. Let's do a little candy corn there just because it was popped out. I don't want to lose it, so I might as well just glue it on here. Cute, cute, cute. But I love it. And really, yeah, and bats, you're right. I did want to do bats. And there's a bunch of bats on here. Cute. All right. And this one I can even hang up a little bit. Like make it pop off the top. Ooh, that would be cute. All right, I'm just gonna add a tiny little bit of glue right here and tuck this right down in there. And then I'm gonna stop. So, I love it. Yeah, thumbs, hearts, all the things. Thanks, Karen. Okay, so, yeah, give me a couple days. Hopefully I will Saturday, we're going out Saturday night, but maybe Saturday during the day, I can have all of the measurements done. And actually, it'll probably be Sunday because I do want to go in and add little things to every little booklet. But I'm really happy that this is fitting. And so see here, you got a little wiggle room. So I feel like that's a good size. So thanks you guys for hanging out. I love it. I think this would definitely be good for Christmas. I gotta get this glue off. So yeah, cutest little scrapping box. Yep. Thanks, you guys. Next week, I think I was gonna do something with Sunrise Sailing. I know it's been out for a few months, but it kept going on, like the dies in the embossing folder kept going on back order. So thanks, Marlene. Thanks, Penny, Anna, Cheryl. Awesome. So yeah, that's probably what I'll be doing next week because it's due back in stock the following week. So it'll be like almost ready. So, okay. Thanks you guys for hanging out, and have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.